I'm talking to somebody today who's been feeling stuck, afraid, or overwhelmed. You're facing a mountain that looks too big, too high, too heavy to climb. But I want you to understand something today. You were made for this moment. You were designed for this battle. You are on a course, a journey that requires courage. But listen to me, courage is not a feeling, courage is a decision. It's the decision to move forward even when you don't know what's on the other side. It's the decision to keep going when you're tired, when you're hurt, when you're uncertain. You see, courage isn't about waiting for the fear to go away. No, courage is when you make the move despite the fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to move forward in the face of it. Too many people believe that courage is something that only the fearless have, but that's not the truth. Courage is the strength to act even when you don't have all the answers, when the road ahead is unclear, and when uncertainty clouds every decision you make. In fact, it's when you are unsure of what's to come that your courage is tested most. It's in the unknown that true growth happens. We live in a world that demands certainty. From the moment we wake up, there's a constant pressure to have it all figured out, to know exactly where we're going, how we'll get there, and what we'll encounter along the way. But life is rarely that neat, is it? The path we're meant to walk is not a straight line, and the map is often incomplete. If you wait until every step is clear before you move, you'll find yourself stuck, paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake, missing a step, or taking the wrong turn. But that's not the way forward. You see, courage isn't about knowing everything. It's about taking action anyway. It's about walking into a season of uncertainty and still trusting that if you keep moving, the pieces will eventually fall into place. Courage is what pushes you to make that first step. Even when you don't have a clear picture of the entire journey, you have to trust that you don't need to see the whole staircase, just the next step. Sometimes that's all you get, and that's all you need to start. The unknown can feel terrifying because it's a space where control is out of your hands. There's a natural human instinct to avoid risk, to cling to what's familiar, even when that familiar place is not fulfilling or growing you. But the reality is, growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens in places of discomfort, challenge, and sometimes even failure. You cannot grow in the familiar, only grow in the unknown. When you step into the unknown, you're stepping into a space of infinite possibility. You don't know what you might encounter, but you also don't know what you might discover about yourself along the way. It's when you embrace the unknown that you begin to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to reveal a deeper level of strength, resilience, and creativity within you. That's the beauty of courage. It transforms you as you move forward. When fear tries to paralyze you, remember that courage is about action. The fear will always be there. The self-doubt will always whisper in your ear. The uncertainty will remain. And it's in those moments you must remind yourself you are stronger than your fear. You are equipped for the journey, even when the path seems unclear. Think about the times in your life when you've been forced to step into the unknown. Maybe it was moving to a new city, starting a new job, or even making a big life decision that required you to leave behind something you were comfortable with. At the time, you probably felt anxiety and doubt, but when you look back now, you realize that those were the moments that defined you. Those were the moments that shaped who you are today. You've done it before and you'll do it again. But each time you do, you get stronger. You learn to trust yourself more. You learn that the unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It's in those uncharted waters that you discover what you're truly made of. The truth is, there will always be unknowns in life. There will always be moments where the road ahead is unclear. But if you let that stop you, if you wait until everything is safe, you'll miss the incredible journey that's waiting for you. Don't be afraid to take that first step, even if you can't see the end of the road. Don't be afraid to move forward when the path is dark. Because sometimes it's in the darkest moments that the light shines the brightest, and you'll find that your courage was the key to unlocking the future you were destined to create. So step boldly into the unknown. Walk with the assurance that your courage will guide you, and with every step, the fear will diminish. You were never meant to live in the comfort of what you already know. You were meant to grow, to push boundaries, and to discover the greatness within you that can only be unlocked when you have the courage to step into the unknown. Resistance is not a sign that you're on the wrong path, it's evidence that you're on the right one. We often think of resistance as something to avoid a force that is trying to stop us from achieving our goals, from becoming the person we're meant to be. But resistance is actually a gift, a necessary part of growth, and one of the most valuable teachers you'll ever encounter on your journey. Think about a seed planted in the soil. When it first breaks through the surface, it faces the weight of the earth pushing against it, the pressure of the soil above. Yet that very pressure, that resistance, is what strengthens the seedling. It forces the plant to push harder, to stretch further, and to dig deeper in order to survive. Without that resistance, it would never grow tall enough to see the sun or strong enough to withstand the elements. The same principle applies to you. The challenges, the setbacks, the obstacles, they are shaping you, refining you, preparing you for what lies ahead. You cannot grow without encountering resistance. Life will test you, it will challenge you, and it will demand more than you ever thought you had to give. But here's the truth, you are capable of handling it. Every challenge you face, no matter how overwhelming it seems in the moment, is an opportunity to become something more than you were before. Resistance forces you to develop new skills, to think in new ways, and to approach your goals with a new level of focus, determination. It's the friction that makes you stronger, sharper, and more resilient. When things get tough, don't think that you're being punished. Don't think that the universe is conspiring against you. Instead, recognize that this is part of your process. You're being prepared. Every obstacle you overcome is an indication that you're getting closer to your breakthrough. It's like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. At first, it may look like a mess, but with each stroke, the artist is revealing the masterpiece within. Your struggles are the chisels, shaping and molding you into something more beautiful, more powerful, and more capable than you could have ever imagined. Resistance comes in many forms. It might show up as doubt, the voice inside your head telling you that you're not good enough, not strong enough, or not worthy of success. It might come as external obstacles, a door slammed in your face, an opportunity that slips through your fingers, or people who don't believe in your dream the way you do. But no matter how resistance shows up, understand this, it is not a sign to stop. It's a sign to keep going, to dig deeper, to keep pressing forward. Every no you hear is one step closer to the yes that's waiting for you. Every closed door is a reminder that another door is about to open, one that is meant just for you. You have to recognize that resistance often comes when you are close to a breakthrough. When things get the hardest, when you feel like giving up, that's when you need to keep going the most. Your greatest victory often lies on the other side of your greatest challenge. This is where so many people fail. They give up too soon. They let resistance convince them that they're not meant for the success they're chasing. But if you learn to see resistance for what it truly is, a sign that you're on the path to something greater, you will keep moving forward with a new sense of purpose. Resilience is built through resistance. The more you encounter it, the more you learn how to navigate it, how to bend without breaking, how to keep your focus even when everything around you feels chaotic. The truth is, you will be knocked down. You will face moments of defeat. You will feel the weight of failure pressing on your shoulders. But in those moments, you have a choice. You can choose to let the resistance define you, or you can choose to rise above it, knowing that it is only through overcoming it that you will become who you were always meant to be. The key to resilience is not to avoid resistance, but to embrace it. Understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. When life pushes against you, you have the choice to push back harder, to dig in your heels, and to keep moving forward. That's how you transform resistance into fuel for your progress. You are not just a survivor of your challenges, you are a conqueror, and each victory over resistance builds you up stronger than before. So next time you face resistance, remember you're not alone in this struggle. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced it, and every person who will achieve greatness in the future will face it as well. It's part of the process. You were never meant to run from it. You were meant to rise in the face of it. Don't see resistance as something to fear. See it as the force that's pushing you to become the best version of yourself. Fear is a natural part of the human experience. It's something we all feel at some point in our lives, whether it's the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, or the fear of being judged by others. But what if I told you that fear doesn't have to control you? What if I told you that you have the power to let faith rise higher than fear, and that your faith is the key to overcoming every obstacle, every challenge, and every doubt that stands in your way? Fear has a way of speaking loud and clear. It whispers in your ear and convinces you that you're not enough, that you'll never make it, that the risks are too great. Fear tells you that you're not worthy, that you'll never reach your dreams, and that failure is inevitable. It's a voice that can paralyze you, making you hesitate, second guess yourself, and avoid taking the next step forward. But here's the thing, fear is not the voice of truth. Fear is the voice of limitation. The voice that tries to keep you small and confined to the boundaries of your comfort zone. And the more you listen to it, the smaller your world becomes. But faith, on the other hand, is the voice of possibility. Faith says, yes, you can. Faith says, even when you don't know how, you can trust that it will work out. Faith doesn't promise that the journey will be easy, but it does promise that it will be worth it. Faith believes in the potential within you, even when the circumstances seem against you. Faith sees beyond the fear and moves forward despite it. Faith reminds you that you were created for more, that the dreams inside you are not there by accident, and that you are equipped to walk through whatever challenges come your way. When you allow your faith to rise above your fear, you tap into a strength that is greater than anything fear can throw at you. Fear will always try to remind you of your weaknesses, your mistakes, and your shortcomings. But faith doesn't care about your past. Faith is focused on your future. Faith sees what you can become, not what you've been. And when you allow that kind of faith to guide you, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Now, I want you to understand something very important. Faith doesn't mean the absence of fear. It doesn't mean you won't feel anxious, nervous, or unsure. It doesn't mean you won't face challenges that make you want to quit. Faith simply means that you are choosing to believe in something greater than the fear that's holding you back. It means that despite your doubts, you're willing to step forward because you trust that there's a purpose in the journey and that the challenges are not here to destroy you, but to develop you. Every time you take a step forward in faith, you're declaring that your dreams are bigger than your fears. You're declaring that your purpose is stronger than the doubts that try to paralyze you. Faith is the fuel that propels you forward even when the road ahead looks uncertain. It's the courage to keep going when every part of you wants to turn back, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, and when the end result feels out of reach. But here's the key, faith is not passive, faith is active. It's not just about hoping things will get better or wishing for a miracle to happen. Faith requires action. It's about taking that first step, even when you don't have all the answers. It's about moving forward with a belief that something better is waiting for you on the other side. It's about trusting that every small step you take is a step toward the fulfillment of your purpose. When you face challenges, and you will, because every dream, every vision, every purpose will be met with resistance, it's easy to let fear talk you out of your destiny. But you must remind yourself that fear is just a feeling, not a fact. And faith Faith is the truth that guides you through the storms, that helps you navigate the rough seas, and that empowers you to rise above every wave of doubt that threatens to pull you under. So the next time fear comes knocking at your door, don't run from it. Don't give in to it. Stand up and let your faith rise above it. Let your faith remind you that you are more than capable, that you were made for this moment, and that you are equipped with everything you need to move forward. You may not see the entire path ahead, but you don't need to. Trust that as you take each step, the way will be made clear. Faith will light the path. And with each step, fear will have less power over you. Your faith is bigger than your fear. And when you allow it to rise, it will take you places you never thought possible. Vision is not just a destination, it's a powerful force that propels you forward even when the road is unclear. A person without vision will drift aimlessly, waiting for something to happen rather than actively pursuing the life they desire. Vision gives you clarity, direction, and purpose. It serves as the compass that keeps you grounded, even when life tries to throw you off course. But more than that, vision provides the strength to endure the tough seasons and the wisdom to make the right choices along the way. When you have a clear vision, you don't just see the obstacles in front of you, you also see the opportunity that lies beyond them. Vision helps you to look past the temporary difficulties and stay focused on the bigger picture. It's what keeps you moving when things get tough, because you know that there's something worth fighting for, something worth striving toward. Vision gives your life meaning. It aligns your actions with your deepest desires and connects your daily steps to the greater purpose that you've been called to fulfill. Without vision, you are like a ship without a rudder, floating aimlessly on the ocean of life at the mercy of the winds and waves. There's no direction, no intentionality, and no sense of purpose guiding your journey. But when you have vision, you set sail with confidence, knowing that the storm you're currently facing is just one moment in a much larger journey. Even in the face of uncertainty, your vision provides you with a sense of clarity. You know where you're going, and that knowledge makes all the difference when the winds start to howl. Vision also allows you to rise above the limitations of your current circumstances. When you're focused on the vision of your future, it becomes easier to ignore the distractions and setbacks that come your way. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And when you're living with a vision, you respond with purpose. You push through the difficulties because you know they are temporary, but your vision, your purpose is eternal. The pain, the struggle, the sacrifice, they all become stepping stones towards your destiny. Vision gives you the perspective you need to understand that every challenge you face is not a setback, but a necessary part of your growth. A powerful vision doesn't just keep you going, it also empowers you to make decisions. In life, we're often faced with countless options and paths, each with its own set of consequences. Having a clear vision helps you make choices that are aligned with your purpose and values. It helps you filter out distractions and focus on what really matters. When you know what you're working toward, every decision becomes clearer. If it doesn't align with your vision, it's easy to say no. But when you don't have a vision, you're more likely to get pulled in a million different directions, chasing after things that seem important in the moment but don't actually contribute to your long-term goals. Sometimes vision is about seeing what isn't immediately visible. It's about holding on to the belief that something better is ahead, even when the present doesn't reflect it. The greatest achievers in history were often people who were able to see the future before it existed. They were visionaries who could see beyond the current circumstances, beyond what was obvious to everyone else, and they acted on that vision. The world's greatest innovations, movements, and breakthroughs were birthed out of someone's ability to see the potential for something that others couldn't yet comprehend. Vision is not limited to what exists right now. It's about seeing what could be, what should be, and what will be if you continue to move forward. When you have a vision, your focus sharpens. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter, and you start directing your energy toward the things that do. Vision helps you prioritize. It helps you understand that not every opportunity is the right one. It gives you the wisdom to discern where to invest your time, your resources, and your energy, and it reminds you that your efforts are not in vain. Even the smallest step towards your vision is significant because each one takes you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. Having vision also allows you to embrace change with confidence. It's easy to get discouraged when the unexpected happens, when life throws you a curveball, or when the plan you thought was set in stone falls apart. But with vision, you can adapt, pivot, and keep going. Vision helps you see beyond the immediate loss and understand that every change, even the ones that feel like setbacks, is a part of the bigger picture. The road to your dreams may not always look the way you thought it would, but if you keep your eyes on the vision, you'll have the clarity to keep moving forward no matter what. Ultimately, vision is the foundation of courage. When you can see where you're going, it becomes easier to take those difficult steps. When you know that what's ahead is worth the journey, you find the strength to keep going even when fear or doubt tries to creep in. The vision gives you the courage to face uncertainty with hope, to press through obstacles with persistence, and to stay true to your course no matter what distractions arise. So if you don't have a vision for your life, it's time to create one. Sit down, reflect, and ask yourself what you truly want. Where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10, or 20 years? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? And then take that vision and let it guide every decision you make. Let it shape your thoughts, your actions, and your purpose. With vision, you can move through life with clarity and direction, and nothing will be able to stop you from reaching the destination you were destined to achieve. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you develop over time. It's a muscle that you build, a strength that grows in response to the challenges you face. Life is full of unexpected twists, turns, and moments that leave you feeling overwhelmed, defeated, or unsure of what to do next. But it's in those very moments that resilience is forged. It's in the moments of hardship that you learn how to rise again, how to stand tall, and how to move forward, no matter how many times you fall. Resilience is about learning to keep going, even when it seems like everything is working against you. It's about choosing to move through the pain, through the difficulty, and to not let the setbacks define you. Everyone experiences hardship. Everyone faces challenges that shake their confidence and make them question whether they can continue. But the difference between those who succeed and those who falter is not the absence of struggle. It's the ability to get back up and keep pushing forward after every setback. Resilience is the determination to not let failure be the end of your story, but the beginning of your comeback. Every time life knocks you down, you have a choice. You can stay down or you can rise up. Resilience is about making the decision to rise. It's about looking at your circumstances, acknowledging the pain, but refusing to let it hold you back. The key is to not let failure or adversity define your identity. What defines you is how you respond to it. Do you let the challenge defeat you, or do you let it teach you, strengthen you, and propel you forward? But resilience doesn't mean that you're immune to hardship. It doesn't mean that you won't feel discouraged or even broken at times. It means that when you're at your lowest point, you have the ability to find the strength to rise again. You have the courage to say, "This will not be the end of me." Resilience is the quiet strength that refuses to give up, even when everything inside you says to quit. It's the perseverance to keep moving, even when you don't know where the next step will lead you. Think about the times in your life when you faced difficulties and setbacks. Maybe it was a job loss, a failed relationship, or a health crisis. Whatever the situation, it likely left you feeling defeated, uncertain, and perhaps even lost. But if you look back, you'll see that the very things that challenged you were also the things that shaped you. They taught you resilience. They taught you how to stand strong even when the world felt shaky. And they showed you that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. Resilience is about believing in yourself. Even when you don't have all the answers, it's about trusting that you have the inner strength to endure whatever comes your way. And it's about understanding that setbacks are not failures, they are simply opportunities to grow. When you face challenges, you're not just being tested, you're being prepared. The hardships you go through today are the lessons that will guide you in the future. Each difficulty strengthens your foundation, teaches you new skills, and builds the resilience you'll need to face the next challenge that comes your way. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is that it's not just about enduring the tough times, it's also about learning how to bounce back stronger. Every time you get knocked down and rise again, you become more resourceful, more adaptable, more mentally and emotionally tough. You learn how to manage stress, how to handle failure, and how to maintain your focus on what truly matters. It's the ability to shift from a mindset of defeat to one of growth. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers, you begin to see them as stepping stones towards your personal development. And with each setback, you build a deeper, unshakable belief that you are capable of overcoming anything. But resilience is also about patience. It's about understanding that healing and growth take time. When you face a setback, it's natural to want things to change quickly, to want to get back to normal as soon as possible. But resilience teaches you that recovery is a process and that growth happens gradually. It's about taking one step at a time, trusting that with each step, you're getting closer to your goal. Resilience is not about rushing through the hard times. It's about learning to navigate them with strength, faith, and persistence. Sometimes the most resilient people are not the ones who endure the least amount of hardship, but the ones who keep going after experiencing the most. It's easy to be confident and strong when life is going well, but true resilience shines brightest when the storm hits. It's in those moments that your strength is revealed. And the more you face, the stronger you become. Each challenge builds your resilience, and as you look back on all that you've overcome, you realize that the person you are today is not the same as the person you were before the struggle. Resilience is a choice. It's a decision to not let setbacks hold you back. It's the refusal to let failure define your future. And it's the courage to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. The more you practice resilience, the more it becomes part of who you are. You begin to trust in your own ability to handle whatever comes your way. And you begin to understand that no matter how many times you fall, you always have the power to get back up. And every time you do, you become stronger than before. Resilience doesn't just help you survive, it helps you thrive. It gives you the strength to chase after your dreams, even when the odds are against you. It helps you maintain your faith, your focus, and your passion, even in the face of adversity. With resilience, there's nothing you can't overcome. And when you learn to rise above every challenge, you'll find that the path to success is not linear. It's filled with setbacks and comebacks, each one making you stronger and more capable of achieving your destiny. There is a power that lies within you, a strength that is often untapped, but it's there waiting for you to step into it. That power is your potential, the untold greatness that resides in your heart and mind. We all have the ability to accomplish more than we often give ourselves credit for, but far too often we hold back, doubting our capabilities, shrinking back from challenges, or allowing the fear of failure to keep us from stepping into the fullness of what we can become. But the truth is, you are capable of achieving incredible things. The greatness that you seek is already inside of you. It's just waiting to be unleashed. Potential is not a fixed quality. It's something that grows, that develops, and that expands as you continue to push forward. It's not a matter of if you are capable, but how you will unlock the greatness within. Every experience you go through, every challenge, every victory, every lesson is a stepping stone toward realizing your potential. And the more you trust yourself, the more you step out in faith, the more your potential begins to unfold. Potential is like a seed. It starts small, often hidden beneath the surface, but as you nurture it, water it with belief, and give it room to grow, it becomes something magnificent. One of the most powerful things you can do to unlock your potential is to stop doubting yourself. Self-doubt is one of the greatest barriers that holds so many people back from reaching their true potential. It creates a cloud of uncertainty that prevents you from taking risks, from stepping outside your comfort zone, and from even trying something new. But self-doubt is not the truth, it's just a feeling. And feelings are not facts. You might feel unqualified, unworthy, or incapable, but those feelings do not define who you are. The fact is, you have within you the ability to do more than you ever thought possible. When you start believing in your own potential, you give yourself permission to grow, to fail, and to try again. You give yourself the freedom to step into the greatness that you were always meant to achieve. Another key to unlocking your potential is to embrace the challenges that come your way. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow. Every setback, every failure, every tough moment holds a lesson that helps you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The difference between those who tap into their potential and those who don't is not that one group faces fewer challenges. It's that those who succeed embrace the challenges, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones. Challenges are the training ground for your potential. They help you sharpen your skills, strengthen your character, and develop the tenacity to keep going when things get tough. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, see them as invitations to unlock a higher level of your potential. When you start to see challenges this way, you begin to reframe the way you view failure. Failure is not the end, it's simply a detour. It's a momentary pause that teaches you something crucial about yourself, about your abilities, and about the journey. There's no shame in failure. The shame lies in giving up. Those who achieve greatness do so because they've learned how to fail forward, to pick themselves up, adjust, and keep moving. Failure does not diminish your potential, it amplifies it. Every time you face a challenge and rise to meet it, you are unlocking more of your God-given potential. Another aspect of unlocking your potential is surrounding yourself with the right people. The people you choose to spend time with can either lift you up or hold you back. When you are around people who believe in you, who encourage you, and who push you to be better, it becomes easier to tap into your potential. These are the people who see the greatness in you, even when you don't see it in yourself. They help you dream bigger, reach higher, and believe more deeply in your own abilities. But just as importantly, you must be careful about who you allow to speak into your life. Negative voices, doubters, and critics will only hinder your growth and keep you locked in a state of limitation. You need people who will challenge you, not people who will convince you to settle for less than you are capable of achieving. Your environment matters. The energy you surround yourself with shapes your mindset, and your mindset is what determines how far you can go. If you want to unlock your full potential, you must position yourself in environments that nurture your growth, that inspire you to be better, and that encourage you to take risks and dream big. The right people and the right environment will propel you forward, allowing you to break through barriers and unlock the power that lies within you. Potential is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about consistently showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about having the courage to take the first step, even when you don't know how things will turn out. Potential is not a destination, it's a journey. And it's a journey that requires you to keep moving, to keep stretching, to keep believing, even when the road is long and difficult. Ultimately, unlocking your potential is about understanding that you are not limited by your circumstances. You are not confined by your past. You are not defined by the mistakes you've made or the failures you've encountered. You are capable of more than you realize, and the greatness inside of you is just waiting to be unleashed. When you stop doubting, when you embrace challenges, when you surround yourself with the right people, and when you keep pressing forward, you unlock a power within you that has the potential to change the world. You were not created to live small or play it safe. You were created for greatness, and the moment you step into your potential, you will begin to see the incredible things you are capable of achieving. As we come to the close of this journey, I want you to hear this. Everything you need to fulfill your purpose, to step into your destiny, to overcome the challenges, and to rise above the fear is already within you. It's not a matter of waiting for the perfect moment or for the stars to align. It's a matter of making the decision to believe in yourself, to trust in your vision, and to take action in spite of the obstacles. You've got the courage to face the unknown, the resilience to keep going when it feels like everything is working against you, and the potential to achieve things beyond your wildest imagination. But none of it will happen until you make the choice to move forward, the choice to push through resistance, the choice to rise above the doubts, the fear, and the setbacks. The path may not always be clear, the road may get rough. There will be moments when you want to quit, moments when it seems like your dreams are too far out of reach. But don't you dare give up. Don't you dare let the world convince you that you are not enough. Don't let the struggles or the setbacks define you. You are stronger than any obstacle. You are greater than any fear. You were made for this. The challenges you face are not here to stop you. They are here to prepare you. The resistance you feel is not there to break you, it is there to shape you. Every setback is an opportunity for a comeback. Every failure is just a lesson waiting to be learned. And every time you rise, you unlock more of the greatness within you. So let today be the day you make the decision to step into your full potential. Let it be the moment you refuse to shrink back and instead rise to the challenges ahead. Because your greatness is not in the distances within you, waiting for you to activate it. Take that step forward. Trust in your vision. Build the resilience to keep going, even when it's hard. Know that you have the courage to face anything that comes your way. You are capable of more than you realize, and your future is brighter than you can imagine. Your journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come. Now go and be the person you were always meant to be. Your destiny is calling. It's time to answer. You have dreams that are bigger than your circumstances, a vision that is greater than your current situation. And it's time to stop making excuses for why you can't move forward. The truth is, the world will give you a million reasons why you shouldn't succeed, why your goals are too big, why the obstacles are insurmountable, and why it's easier to stay comfortable, stay safe and stay where you are. But none of those reasons matter. Because if you want to unlock your true potential, if you want to see the greatness inside of you come alive, you have to get rid of every excuse. You have to stop waiting for the perfect time, the right moment, the ideal conditions. Every excuse you make is a roadblock, a limitation you place on yourself. You don't need perfect conditions to succeed. You need persistence, determination, and the willingness to keep moving forward, no matter the challenges. You have everything you need to start. You have everything you need to take that first step, to face that fear, to rise above every doubt. There is no one coming to hand you success. You have to grab it with both hands. There are no shortcuts, no easy paths, no guarantees, but there is one thing you can be sure of if you are willing to work, to fight, and to keep going. No matter how many times you fall, you will see the fruit of your labor. It doesn't matter how many times you failed in the past, how many doors have closed in your face, or how many people have told you that you're not good enough. None of it matters. What matters is that you refuse to stay down. What matters is that you stop making excuses and start making progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Every attempt, every try, every moment you push past your fear and your doubt is a declaration that you won't be held back anymore. You were not created to settle. You were not created to live in mediocrity. You were made for greatness, and it's time to stop waiting for permission to go after it. The time is now. The dream is yours. The power is in your hands. The only thing standing between you and your future is the excuses you've allowed to hold you back. No more waiting for things to be just right. No more listening to the voice inside your head that tells you you're not capable, not qualified, or not worthy. You are. And if you've got breath in your lungs, if you've got a heart beating in your chest, you have what it takes to turn your vision into reality. But it starts with the decision to stop making excuses and start making things happen. No more excuses for not taking that first step. No more excuses for not putting in the work, for not giving it your all, for not taking risks. Every step you take today is a step toward a better tomorrow. Every ounce of effort you put in will pay off. So stop holding yourself back. You owe it to yourself, to your dreams, and to the world to step into your greatness. No excuses, just action. Your future is waiting. It's time to go after it with everything you've got. The world is waiting for the person you are about to become. Step into your purpose. Unleash your potential. And remember, there are no excuses. Only results. And those results are in your hands. Go make them happen.
They're ready to give complaining or speaking or to push people away good environment where negativity thrives, and that's not the kind of legacy you want to leave. Idea of control, you cannot control the circumstance you'll be born into. The you cannot come your way, but what you can control, and I say empower, uplift, and with your words. And they hope this is not just about success, it's about recognize the power in your reality to shape the world around you. The people you meet, words are tool if you use them, that reflects your charm. Use opportunities before bloom, so the next time you open your power control, you speak with intention, relationships, and into your own changes around you. Let's get read most powerful tool you have. Actions, every decisions, every habits you your mind is it.